Today, from Soldier Field in Chicago, this is the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears taking on Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers.
Soldier Field opened back in 1924 with the Bears becoming tenants in 71, and what a home field advantage it has become here in Chicago. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Chicago Bears. Now the Michigan man, Jake Moody, to get us started. And off we go from Soldier Field. And he returns this to the 22. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And not only does he have all the skills that you're looking for as a quarterback, he's incredibly tough and plays the game fearlessly as both a runner and a passer. You provide a good running game around him and let him throw deep off of play action, you've got an all-star in the making.
Now Herbert to start the drive. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Another carry for Herbert on second down. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll run with Herbert. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out. How vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Fields. Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Herbert powering up the middle. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. Tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles and really scatter some people, can't they?
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Fields on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Fields now to throw. Steps away to his left. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And this is going to be 49er football.
I know it's a phrase that sounds really cool, strip sack, but all we're talking about is getting to the guy, getting to the passer, making the tackle, making the play, but do a little bit extra, right? Stripping the ball out, working the arm free. That's become a big emphasis for all defenders.
Yeah, and as a defender with the emphasis, this is something that's practiced.
Practiced all the time. Taking the ball away, creating turnovers, that's really job one for any defense because that's how you win in today's NFL.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it first and 10 at their own 43. Following the fumble recovery, Purdy. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
On third down, it's Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. In motion left goes Jennings. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. 34 yards for Christian McCaffrey. And the 49ers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back one, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
Moody good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. That time a 6-play drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Tyler Scott now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A handoff for Herbert. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play. But the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Fields. Dropping this underneath with Herbert. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
Eluding the pressure right. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields, 14 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking. Nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates. I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. And he will find his man, Samuel. Down to the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel. 59 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
An extra point try now for Moody.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Back to throw, Fields.
They'll roll him out right.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
The 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here.
He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
First play of the drive, a 1st down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
On first down, Purdy. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now Moody for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now a first down throw, Fields. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lewis. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards in a Chicago first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
On first and 10, here's Fields. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. Oh, and that is incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Second and 10, Fields again. Rolling to his right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead,
Fields hit and the ball is loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. The 20. 5. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
On first down, Fields sliding out of the pocket. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. This is first and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Here's Fields.
Flush to his right. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. They get 5 out of the scramble, and it's second down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against a front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Herbert will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Now the point after try for Santos. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw the former All-Pro Christian McCaffrey up to his old tricks in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Off the option, here's McCaffrey.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
2nd down and 6 now.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not one bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Now Fields.
He'll buy some time right. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw. And in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
On first down, it's Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up second down.
Out of the gun, Fields.
Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and, of course, a special player.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Operating from the gun. Fields dancing to his left.
That's going to be caught downfield by Mooney. And he's going to be taken out of bounds, but not before he gets this all the way down to the 10.
A huge play there for Chicago. 42 yards.
And this is one of the toughest parts about being a defensive back. When a play breaks down like this, You're taught to plaster to a receiver, find the nearest one, and adhere yourself to him. But you can only stay with the receiver so long if the play continues to develop. He knows where he's going. You do not.
On 1st and 10, Fields escaping the pressure right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Cole Kmet from 10 yards out. And the Bears are an extra point away from evening this one up. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the third quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
Santos with the extra point, and we are tied at 21. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
They've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. He'll keep it himself. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Now he'll try to run with this. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 23. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
2nd and 10. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you want two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Again, McCaffrey. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2.
Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
McCaffrey is in. Touchdown, 49ers.
Well, we talk a lot about Christian McCaffrey and what he can do in the open field, and it's easy to gloss over how tough he can be to stop near the goal line. And he shows you just how tough he is on that carry as he takes it into the end zone.
Extra point try now for Moody.
And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey.
Scott on the return out of the end zone. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
On first down, Fields. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2.
Nick Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
From his own end zone, Fields.
And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points, that means this is now a 2-score game.
Yeah, and that's tough to deal with, isn't it? This little time left. Those 2 points doesn't seem like a lot, but it means everything now. Those are going to be the ones we're going to look back on. Those 2 points right there, the play of the game.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive.
When you're in a zone like he is, what's the conversation like on the sideline between he and his quarterback? Is that a one-way conversation of, hey, just keep getting me the football?
It actually is probably a two-way conversation because he wants to keep getting him the football because he's seeing the payoff. You know, getting the ball to that guy means yardage, and as we've seen, touchdowns in this game. So I think both of them get more and more excited about the possibilities as things continue on.
Yeah, so far it's been over 100 yards and the 2 scores. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Ayuk going to go in motion right. And now a fake on the jet sweep, and instead they'll give it to McCaffrey.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6.
This is McCaffrey on the give.
77 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.